What's up, everybody? Mike here with The Watchmen, coming back at you with another Gwent video. The first Gwent gameplay video I did seemed pretty popular, so I thought, you know what, I think I'll try another one, because a lot has changed since I did that video. Since then, I've won some more matches, I've lost some more matches, I've screamed in victorious victory, and I have felt the agony of defeat. And one of the reasons I keep coming back to this game is I love that strategic feeling of when you make good decisions and things work in your favor and you can see your opponent falling apart. And I really have enjoyed that because there's so many different aspects of this game. Again, first, it's just building a deck of cards that works for you and has a good strength on many levels. Second is getting the right cards to draw for you and making good decisions on what to discard and what to pick up on either the second or third round. And then third is just how you play them, hoping your opponent is going to either play into a strategy you're putting together, or you can just counter what they're doing and watch them fall apart. It's very satisfying when things work out that way. And sometimes I've had, again, wins that I thought I was going to lose, but I made some good decisions in the end. That just happened the other day, where I was feeling it, and then it worked out. So one thing I've been doing lately is I have been playing with a new deck in a new faction, and I've been calling it Scoia'tael forever. And my good friend Dave helped correct me and said it's Scoia'tael. Scoia'tael, you can see it right there, Scoia'tael. It's a tricky one to pronounce. So I have built a deck out of Scoia'tael, and I am going to actually show you that deck and just talk briefly about some of the cards I put together before I play. And this deck is called Deadeye Ambush. So again, if you look down the left side here, I have cards that have points and provisions. And I've spent all my provisions, so I've tried to maximize. Provisions are like power. And the higher provision, like Dandelion, he's got a 12 provision. And his ability is draw a card, then play a card. That's very powerful. One big change I've made is for a long time I played with a Geralt card that would just destroy any unit with a 9 power or higher. That's what they start you with in the game. And that card won me a lot of matches. But I started noticing over time that a lot of times my opponents would build numbers of cards. They would beef up the points over time, and Geralt could only destroy one card. So then I would lose. But this Geralt, he will reset all units on a row, and that has saved me many times because I can have a very powerful play, and it can affect 6-7 cards all at once. So I have been using this Geralt for a while. Also, I have a different type of Geralt card, the Axii, which this Purify and Reset a unit has also helped me a lot. Just being able to change what my opponent's up to. Now, I'm not going to go over every single card, but one thing that I like about the Scoia'tael approach to deck building and play is Scoia'tael has a lot of trap cards. And trap cards are cards that you lay down face down and you know what it's going to do, but your opponent doesn't. And I have enjoyed that because I can tell just by the fact that they take longer to take their turn that they're trying to figure out what I played, and they're trying to figure out what to do against it. And I just love that. That's just really fun. I can almost feel them sweating. So enough talk. I'm going to just start a game with my Scoia'tael deck and see how we do. So I'm going to play a classic game. So it's searching for a worthy rival. And again, the way Gwent works is it's searching all over the world for someone who's at a similar ranking and level at me, so we'll have an even match. And that's what I like about this. This game is free to play. And I like that you could think that, oh, well, if you just buy all the cards, you win. No, it doesn't work like that at all. It's all about how you build your deck, but it puts you against people at similar rank. All right, so looking at my cards, I have a lot of poison cards, and it's only good, though, if I've got 2. So I only see... Yeah, I only got 1 poison. There's a trap, and this is a good trap. Locking is great. Purify, that's good. So I don't have any other poisons. I'm going to redraw my poison. Okay, this is good because I can pull a certain card that I want to play with later. Okay, and this is a really interesting trap. We'll see if I can get this one to work for me. And he's a good first play card, so I think I do go. Yes, I do go first. So okay, so because I'm going first, I have this special card on my side that gives me an instant 5 points that I can apply to any card. They do this because if you have to go to first in a match, you have a slight disadvantage over the other player because so much comes into effect when you're running out of cards who gets to play the last card. So I'm going to go with the card I talked about, the Elven Swordmaster, and I have to put him in the melee row, and he'll damage an enemy unit by 1 and has a cooldown of 2. Now there's no one to damage yet, obviously, but I have to throw out a card. So I'm going to throw that card out, and I will end my turn. Now my opponent's order is they can play a Northern Realms faction card from your hand, then draw any card. Yeah, I don't care for that order very much, so I'm glad they're playing that with that one because there are tougher ones. My order is I can basically toss out 3 Elven Deadeye cards, which all have 3 points. All right, so he played damage a unit by 1 on the order, charge 1. Order means it's going to play on his next turn. So I can go ahead and damage him. 1 point. It's a little bit, not a lot. And this is one of those things, again, that when you're playing early, you're kind of almost trying to get rid of cards you really don't care too much about, because winning or losing the first round, although important, it's not vital. So I like this ambush card a lot. I think I'm going to put that and ensure that I get that card on my next round. So I will end my turn, and while he's thinking about, I say he, I really mean he or she. There are lots of women that play this game, and there are women that are very good at this game. And I've watched some YouTube videos. There's this one girl, I really like her. She has helped teach me a lot of strategies. All right, so he played one that damaged an enemy by 1, charge 1. He hit me with that one, and then he hit me with that one. Okay, so I might as well dump my 5 points into that 1 point card. And now I made that decision, so I have to go. Okay, and this is one I like to play if I can get lucky. And I think this is a good card. This I've been experimenting with. This has won me some rounds when my opponent thought they won. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this trap out, and I'm just gonna let it sit there and see how it's upside down. So they don't know what I played. I know what I played. So what it does, spring means if I click on it, it's going to boost the adjacent units by 3. Now, right now, there's only 1 on the side. I'm going to fix that in a minute. Ambush. Ambush means it gets played when your opponent does something. And when my opponent passes, it's going to boost 2 adjacent units by 4. And again, they don't know what that card's going to do. They have no idea. So again, it's like I've set a surprise. And I really like that. It's been very fun. You know, and this one could help too. I could probably go ahead and toss her out because she will increase as well when the trap is triggered. So that in essence can get me 10 points when my opponent passes. And the way I can fool them is I can pass and make them think, oh, I just gotta, and I'm gonna actually do that. I'm going to do that, I think, on my next round. So because right now I have 6 cards, they have 7. They're going to play another card. And then we'll be tied up on cards. Now, if I pass, we'll see if they get ahead of me. But it doesn't matter. If I pass and they get ahead of me, he'll pass, and then I'll win because my trap will spring. It's a wonderful little thing to watch happen. It's definitely helped me a few times. Oh, and I could toss out the resilience is a good one too. I think I'll save. Well, no, I gotta either get something out of him now. I have to think about that one. I could probably play that one. Resilience means that he stays on the next round as long as he's not killed. So what's my opponent going to do? This Geralt I talked about, Reset on the Roads, I definitely saved him for the end. And this is a good one to use later on too. Locke is a good... He's not playing any crazy cards right now. I keep saying he. Apologize. He or she. I should just start saying they. They are not playing any crazy cards right now. Yeah, I know all about this one. This one will spawn and keep spawning. So I think with that, I'm gonna put out... My plan is this. I'm gonna see how this works. Nothing's ever guaranteed in this game. But I'm gonna put him out and gain resilience, so it builds kind of a castle around him. Now that he could destroy this card, so they could destroy this card, and my plan didn't work out quite as much as I hoped. And he's got 3 hits, so yeah, okay. So that one's gonna boost one to the right after every turn. Yep, he's gonna whack away at that. I figured they would whack away at that pretty good. Okay, so this is where I try to get clever. Now I'm gonna pass, and I'm hoping they'll pass. Either that, or they're gonna try to play another card, thinking if they know what this card could do. So when I pass, if he passes, if they pass, let's see what happens. This is where it comes down to. What are they gonna do? What are you gonna do? If you know what my card can do, you probably are gonna play something else. Yeah, and that's not... Well, 10 points. Yeah, I think they knew what my card could do. Oh, that's okay. It's alright. So, I lost the round, but I am a card ahead. So, all is not entirely lost, but unfortunately that didn't work out like I'd hoped. And my guess is this person knew what that card was going to do, and they prepared accordingly, and they also wanted to whack out my resilience card too. So yeah, that was a tough deal. I wasn't sure about that. Okay, this is one of my more powerful cards. He can return a trap and play it again, and right now I have 2 trap cards that are both pretty powerful. But I also have to think there's very well this person could pass and make me play something, and it's going to be a tough decision on what... Oh boy, I don't know. If they pass, I'm going to have to play something. Yep, and they did. And I have to play a card because we're tied, and because I lost the first round, I would lose this round because we're tied. So I have to play a card, and I like being on the other end of this, and I was trying to prepare a card that I was fine dumping, and it didn't work out at all. So sadly, I'm going to have to play my lock ability, which is a real disappointment. But I did. So now we're both going to end up with 10 cards going into round 3. And a lot of times in Gwent, that's the way it works. And that's fine. That basically is, we're kind of saying, let's take it to the final round and see who's best. And I'm okay with that. Part of the strategy is if you can get a card up on your opponent, you have a huge advantage. But I unfortunately wasn't able to do that this time. Okay. So that's 2 poison cards. That's good, especially since I lost my lock. At least, okay, that's 3 poison cards. This one will also poison something. So I in essence, could destroy 2 of my opponent's cards with the 4 poison cards. Purify, that's a pretty low provision. I'm gonna redraw. Okay, it was maybe a little better. I wish I had my Geralt Axie, but I didn't quite get that one. And I have to start. That's another disadvantage, is because I lost the first round. I'm now going to have to go first, and they'll get the opportunity to play the last card. So I am going to. I'm going to go ahead and play this trap card because this works. Well, what do I play? Boy, this is kind of a tough one. And I'm running out of time. You can see my timer there on the right. I would have loved to poison 3 units. Well, you know, this is probably the one to play. That'll poison. That's going to turn into a 6-point card, and it's going to poison whatever my opponent decides to play. So what are they going to play? Oh, they played a defender. So I actually made a good decision, because defenders will prevent you from targeting anything on that row. But sadly, their defender is going to go bye-bye. So I'd like to think this is going to help me in the end. Okay. And I wasn't paying attention. Somehow they got to play 2 cards. I think, yeah, they used their ability. So, but, you know, and this person probably knows that defender is going bye-bye. So it's going to go bye-bye right now. The way poison works is when you poison the first time, you get the little green vial. And when you poison it the second time, it's gone. So their defender card has been wiped off the board. Now, they may have some card that could bring it back. That's the thing about this game, is cards can do all kinds of things. They can pull things from your deck, pull things from your opponent's deck, pull things from your discard pile, which is called your graveyard. There are so many things you can do. So they're using their dandelion, and I have one of these too. So they drew a card, and then they were able to decide which one to play. So whenever Nathaniel receives a boost, give bleeding to a random enemy for 2, and he got a ton of boost right there. Now, that's the thing, is my Geralt can reset that. He started out at 5 points, this card right here, but I don't need to play Geralt until the very end. Unfortunately, my cards are hurting a little bit, but I can Purify will not remove the bleeding. So I think I'm just gonna wait. And now I'm kind of thinking about, this is where I can do some damage upcoming on some more cards. So I think I'm going to play my ambush card because I have the ability to play this again. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. What this means is that the next card my opponent plays, whatever his provision, whatever the provision of that card is, this will do damage, and he played a low provision card. So this person played a low provision card. It's going to whack at him probably 5 points. If they'd have played a 12-point provision, I would have gotten 12 hits, which would have been pretty darn awesome, but I didn't get that. So, let's see. Give an allied unit vitality for 4 turns. Let's see. I'll save this for a little later. I still can poison something. Give bleeding to random. And again, I think I need to poison that card because this guy is gonna keep making my cards bleed. So see this little green vial right here? That's a poison symbol, so I poisoned it, but I have to poison it again to make him go away. And this person, if they have a Purify card, they can remove that poison. So maybe they're playing the Spy card to hope to get a Purify card. So play the top 2 cards from your deck. See, those are, it's always frustrating when your opponent starts yanking out more cards than you started with in the hand, and that's what they're doing. And yep, they're pulling away from me on the points, but I still have some aces up my sleeve. The way my strategy has been designed is a lot of things start happening at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy that poison card. So I will say goodbye to that card. Bye bye. Now it's 18 to 16, so I've gotten the score a little bit better, and we'll see what they do next. And they have 6 cards, I have 5. Again, they have the advantage. And I'm also playing with the ability, I've been trying to learn Harmony. Harmony has to do with, you have different cards from different, it's all for the same part of your faction, but they have to be from like different classes. And as long as you have different classes together, it can boost. So Harmony is still something I'm trying to get a better handle on. So I think after this, I can give my, I'll have to, yeah, I think I'll give Vitality. I can let this card go, that's okay. I see Anna is played all the time. For every allied turn on turn end, boost the unit to the right by 1. Inspired boost adjacent units by 1 instead. Okay. So this person's gonna come kind of at the end, because they'll do their most... That will be the last card I play. And I think... Yeah, I'm going to wait on that trap. Okay, I will go ahead and... Nothing needs to be purified. So I'm going to do a vitality boost on the tree ant. This card's going to be gone. There it goes. So I've countered the bleeding on this card. It'll boost to 6 over 2 more turns. Alright, 4 cards left for me, 5 cards left for my opponent. Which is an accomplished. They're an accomplished drinker. I am an imposter. Oh, the Lubberkin. This is... It's interesting they didn't play that earlier. Every allied turn on turn end damage the highest enemy unit by 1. The highest enemy unit by 1. Well, I can't do anything against the Lubberkin right now. I've used up all my poison. So let's go ahead and play Dandelion. Draw a card. Well, that sucked because, yeah, I can poison an enemy unit, but you need 2 instances of poison. Well, that was a bummer. I guess I got 8 points out of it. And what I can do, though, is I can poison that Lubberkin. Now, I cannot destroy that Lubberkin because I don't have any more poison, but he doesn't know that. They don't know that. My opponent does not know that. So they might be really worried, and they might do something to try to fix this, which they wasted energy because I can't destroy it. So I've seen opponents do that. They've made efforts to fix poison when, if they'd only known I was out. Damage unit by 1, inspired damage it by 3 instead. This is a close match, and again, it's pretty close, and they get to play the last card. Okay, so they are doing some major boosting, but I do have a little bit of an ace up my sleeve. The problem is they're doing a good job boosting cards on both sides. So I'm gonna have to do some math in a minute here. Okay, time to return my allied trap. You know, before that, I'm gonna do some math. All right, every card with a green number means it's been boosted. So I have to look at its original power. So that's 3. So that means there's 4, 8, 14 in this row, 6, 4, that's 10, and 12. So there's my Geralt will do more damage on this row than this one. All right, so time to return the allied trap to my hand, and I'm going to replay it. And this is going to, whatever, again, provision. See the number 6 right down there? That's the provision. So whatever they play, whatever its provision number will be the amount of damage hits this trap will do. Oh, and a gold card means higher provision. So what's it gonna do? Whack, 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 whack. That is fun to watch that whacking. It just feels good. It's like, yeah. Okay, they are very far ahead of me, 51 to 27. So this is where it's gonna come down to the end. So I am going to play my crushing trap. After 2 turns, at the end of your turn, damage all enemy units on the row with the most units by 2. So we will go ahead and play that. And it's gonna wait. So, but just before, well, I'm gonna just have to do my quick math on the final turn. But I'm gonna have to, once again, my Geralt will reset all units on a row. So it's a question is which row will I be able to do the most damage with? And that just is gonna come down to which card is more boosted per row to account for the highest amount of total numbers. So, and they took some time. Okay, gotta do my math. So 5, 8, 10, that's nothing, 13, 6, 9, 8. So that's 6 plus 9, that's 9, 8, that's 17 points. So Geralt will have to do his work on the far row. All right, so I play Geralt. and I do the damage on that row, and then I'm going to throw out my free 9 points, which this ability is, I haven't set this up to do a lot for me. And now when I pass, watch my trap it's going to take 10 points out. So 10 points out off this row. Wham! I'm up by 5 points. It's gonna, I don't think I'm gonna win. Yeah. Well, he couldn't kill one of my cards. They couldn't kill me, but they've got those point boosters. So I've lost. Fortunately, I lost, all because they had those cards that just kept doing little bits of damage every game. So, you know, it was close. And what I'll say again is I was very, very far behind. This person gave me a good game. I will also give them a good game. I was very far behind, and I came right back, and I was within grasp of victory. But it came down to, in this case, what really helped is they had the last play, and they had a couple good cards out there that I probably should have destroyed them, and I didn't. So, you know, my mistake. I learn from them all the time in this game. So next time I play someone with this faction, I'm going to have to think carefully about those certain cards they've laid out there that continue to damage through the entire long round. So, yeah, I learned. And that's what I like about this game. You don't win every time. If you won every time, it wouldn't be very fun, and you wouldn't strive to do better. So, I am perfectly fine with losing, and that match was a close loss. So anyway, I hope that was interesting for you. If you ever think about playing Gwent and have any more questions for me, don't hesitate to ask. I do have a special link code as well, that if you do want to play Gwent, and if you sign up under my name, we both get rewards if you keep playing. Now, again, there's no money involved, and you do not have to pay any money to play this game at all. It's really just time, and I really like it for that reason. It's some free-to-play games are disguised where you have to really spend money if you want to be any good. They've designed this one to where the money, if you want to spend money, it's really for vanity, meaning you can decorate your cards, come up with ways that your character looks unique. It's the Fortnite approach, the same way Fortnite works. So I like that, and I'm very supportive of CD Projekt Red and what they've done with Gwent, and I will just keep Gwenting. And so let me know what you thought. I'm happy to try another Gwent gameplay video and see if I can be victorious next time. And again, my name is Mike. I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. It really helps Norm and I out. It's very exciting when we get a new subscriber, and I just think there's a few more people that are interested in what we're doing, and I'm here to entertain. So thanks again for watching. I am Mike, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching The Watchmen.
Please click on here to watch other episodes, and be sure to hit that like button too.
And please subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll always be alerted to any future episodes.
It really helps us out, and we appreciate it.
We'll see you next time. And remember, we'll be watching.